Right, ladies and gentlemen, what a fantastic win. 6 goals, and 5 of those come against Tottenham. Our boy Ebriche is a masterclass, but there's one person who's got so much scrutiny, it made me feel sick, but he played like prime R9, and that person is the masked one. I'm not talking about Zorro, I'm talking about Victor Gyökeres. What a performance. Our boy has been getting so much scrutiny, but now 14 goals this season. What are we saying, haters? What are we saying, Chelsea fans? What are we saying, Man United fans? I think Victor Gyökeres, for me, was man the match. I think he deserved it, and it wasn't even about the goals. Take away the goals, the guy was shutting players down. The guy was bullying the defenders. Obviously, there was times he was getting bullied as well, but he was out there and he was giving it his 100%. And do you know what was the difference between the Wolves game? He never got taken off, which then meant that Tottenham couldn't get back into the game. It looked like Tottenham were playing at the Emirates. They were like Bambi. They were on eggshells. Arsenal dominated. There was a bit of time of lack of concentration, which led to the goal. Like always, when I mean always, I actually just got a flashback. It was bloody Zubimendi, innit? He's the one who gave the ball away. Charleston scored that bloody worldie that went in from like halfway line. That was a class goal, by the way, by Richarlison. But yeah, I mean, Tottenham, man, I feel for the fans. You know, when I was doing my watch along, I had a few Tottenham fans in the chat, and you can just feel the misery. But that's what happens. You hire a manager which isn't been doing a great job elsewhere. So what do you expect with this team? Especially what they're going through. They have nothing to play for, and it's been going really, really bad. And then, you know, you play Arsenal, who are looking for a winner and who are challenging for the title, and then you get smashed 4-1. I feel like it could have been way more goals. And I felt like a goal from us could have been definitely avoided, the one that we conceded. But 3 points is what matters. We're currently 5 points ahead of Man City. Obviously, they've got a game in hand. But what can happen? They played Newcastle. I felt like the second half, Newcastle probably could have snatched it. They didn't. But yeah, Man City and Arsenal, it's going down to the wire as it looks. We've obviously got tough fixtures coming up. We know we've got Chelsea next. We've got City on the horizon. We've got Newcastle as well. These are teams that are going to decide that title. This game, I told you my prediction was 1-0. And the fact we walked away with 4-1 victory, I couldn't beat. I'm shocked, I'll be honest. Because I'm just looking at the last 2 games and we weren't playing good football. There was no forward passes. Erdegaard did a forward pass to Gyökeres. I've not seen that in God knows how many games. I was shocked. But look what happens. You play the ball forward, your striker thrives. He could have got a hat-trick today. He had one attempt which just missed the post. Could have went in. Didn't, unfortunately. But at the end of the day, we managed to get the goal. We managed to get 4 goals, and walk away with the 3 points. I just think it's a great step ahead for Arsenal. I think it's just showing fighting spirit. I probably think if this was us a few years ago, it probably wouldn't have been, the same outcome. I'm not trying to say that we're a bad team, but I feel like Arsenal in the past, this is where they crumble the most. An interesting stat is, if you look at City's last 8 games, and Arsenal's last 8 games, they've actually got a similar record, which is funny. But I think the reason why Arsenal are getting a lot of scrutiny is because obviously we're top of the table, and yes, we do have an annoying fan base. We have to admit it, because most of us are delusional in this fan base. I've seen it myself, not to put any of you guys down out there, but Arsenal, people are waiting for us to mess up because of how much hype we give. But I feel like this season we're going to prove a lot of doubters wrong. We're already in a cup final, something we haven't done since 6 years ago. And, I think this game was a statement match. Tottenham ain't playing the best, I know, but you still want to go in there and win. And it wasn't, a win you just scraped by. It was a very, very convincing win. And great goals. It looked a bit bleak when we conceded. We're like, oh, here we go. Wolves all over again. 2-0 lead, bloody threw it away. But we didn't manage to do that this time. This time, we grabbed the ball by its horns and we held that bad boy. we're taking those 3 points home. But Arsenal, it's just onwards and upwards from here. Like I've said, and I'm sure other channels say the same thing, the destiny lies in Arsenal's hands. What are they going to do? Are they going to carry on playing the way they did today, which we all want? Or are they going to end up letting it slip through their fingers, that trophy? We have the Premier League in our control. We are ahead with 5 points right now. If City drop points, perfect. But we shouldn't have to rely on City. We're not a team that should rely on other teams to do the job for us. We need to keep winning. 10 games left, 8 games left. We've got no champs football for a bit. We've got plenty of rest time before we hit Chelsea. Hopefully there could be some players returning. Well, I mean Havertz. He could be returning. But speaking of injuries, Saka went down. What does this mean? Could it be something long-term? He's had a very, very rough season, I'd say, when it comes to injuries. This season and last season. I feel bad for the kid, but we're just hoping that it's not a long-term injury. Because he had a great game today, Saka. He got an assist for Eze. And like I said in my previous video, even though we're playing well with Martinelli and Madueke, of course you want all your players back, because then you just have more freedom with options. You have more freedom with choice. And they still make impact in the game. Odegaard got an assist today as well. So every player is crucial in this Arsenal team for that title push. So we're just hoping that it's not a long-term injury. I just want to also give a shout out to Rice. Had a fantastic game as well. Rice played phenomenal. Okay, he gave away the goal, but take the goal away, the mistake. He was perfect, aside from that small mistake. I wouldn't say small, it's actually big because you conceded, but he's the anchor in the midfield. I was a bit gutted that there wasn't no rotation in midfield. Again, it's a problem, and I feel like it's going to become a problem throughout the next games we have, unless we start giving these midfielders some rest middle of the match. Just like Timber. Timber came off, Saka came off, not because obviously Saka's injury, but you want to rest these players because you need them in these big games. You need them for the Chelseas, the Newcastle, Man City coming up. So if you're winning 4-1 or 3-1, just do a bit of rotation. That's what I was hoping for. But obviously there's no Ben White, but Mosquera came on and he played really, really, really well. He's very aggressive. That's what I like. I feel like Arsenal, the team, very aggressive. Gabriel, Saliba, Mosquera, Hincapié, they've all got that aggressive demeanor, which, it does help. If you put that aggressive behavior in the right places on the pitch, you can be a force. And that's exactly what we saw today. They were a force. But yes, I want to thank everybody that tuned in for the watch along. I've also started to stream on Twitch and Kick now, so the handle's the same, at that guy Cass. Make sure you hit up the channels if you want to. Make sure you like, comment, and like the video, and let me know your thoughts about how you think the game went today. And is this finally coming together for, dare I say it, the Premier League title? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.